Hello there everyone, welcome to my first tutorial in my Lord of the Rings series. This video I'm going to show you how to make some of the Hobbits. So Frodo, Merry and Pippin are all identical designs, just with different colors. So I'll show you how to make these three in this video. So the first thing you should do is check the colors in the description, and there I'll have written how many of each color you'll need for each specific Hobbit. I do have other designs of Bilbo and Sam, but these are all slightly different designs, so if you want a tutorial for these guys, make sure to let me know which one you want. I'll for sure be doing Sam because he's part of the Fellowship, but if you want one of the Bilbos, please let me know. Okay, so make sure you have all the bands you need, loom, and your hook. So the first thing we'll do is work on the back of the head. So to make their nice hobbit hair, I'm going to use caramel for Merry. I'm going to make Merry, I already have a Frodo done. So I'm using the hair color. Almost everything we do is going to be double banded. So just so you know, it's going to be a little bit tighter and a little bit more difficult to work with, but this is how I get them so small and scale with my other figures. So I'm going to take a caramel for his hair, and then I'm going to wrap it around the first two diagonal pins so that the same band is wrapped around twice. So I'm going to do it on this side as well, so place it around two pins on the side, pull it out, twist it, wrap it around itself. That's one way to do it. The other thing you can do is you can just take it in your fingers, twist it, stretch it out, and place it around the pins as well. So what I have done already is the two diagonal from the center to the right and the center to the left, and then I'm going to do ones going straight down on all three columns. So I did this one, and I'm also going to do the center and the left-hand side. One way that you can try to prevent your bands from breaking when you're doing this is make sure they aren't twisted. So if you need to run your hook around them to take the most of the twists out, that will help somewhat with the breakage, and then it also just looks a little bit cleaner. Okay, so the one part of the design where it's single bands, so I'm just taking one band and I'm not twisting it. I'm going to go from the second to the third on the right hand side, and then from the center fourth back to the third on the right. I'll do this on the other side. So on the left hand column, second to the third, third on the left to fourth in the center. And we'll fill it in the middle with single bands as well. So we'll go second to third, third to fourth. So these ones are not twisted. These 6 on the bottom, these are just plain old single bands. And then one crossover band, I'm going to place it in an upside down triangle on the second pins and then the third in the center. We'll have to put a cap band on this fourth pin in the center. So I'm just taking it and wrapping it so that there's 3 loops. Alright, so now go in through the cap band and loom forward in the center just twice. So stop when you get to the second pin. Go back through the cap band, loom the diagonal band, and then just this one going forward, and stop when you get to the second pin. Go in through the cap band, loom the single band, the diagonal, and then this one forward, and then stop. So it's going to look like this, so you don't want to loom this top row yet. So go ahead and push this down. Well, before you do that, we actually have to move this cap band down a pin. So grab the cap band carefully and pull it down so that it's actually wrapped around the 4th pin. Or the 5th pin? Whatever it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's wrapped around the 5th pin. And then if you need to pull the top part of it down, that will also help. So push this down. This is going to make up the back layer of the hair on the back of our hobbit head. Alright, so we're done with the hair color for now. We're going to switch to our skin tone. So we're double looping the bands again, so twist them around your fingers or however you do this, and we're going to start placing them. So we're going to place them over top of where we have already loomed. So from the second to the third pin, oops, in the center, and then the third to the fourth in the center. Like that. We're going to need 2 more hair color, and we'll go from the second to the third on the sides, on both sides, and double looped. So here and here, double looped hair color. Now we'll take a skin color, and we're going to do the diagonal one from the third to the center to the third on the sides, like this, and that. Okay, so there's our head placed. We can take 1 more skin tone band, pull it out, double loop it, place it from the 4th to the 5th in the center column. So make sure this one really isn't twisted. This is going to be the neck, so it's going to have a lot of stress on it. So make sure it's not twisted and that it's a fairly good quality band, like it's Rainbow Loom and not a dollar store. So you'll see on this 5th pin, there's the cap band underneath our double loop skin tone. Grab the cap band and just pull it up and over the top of the pin and drop it so that it's wrapped around that neck band. Alrighty, now we're going to start placing the shirt color for Mary on mine. This is its dark green. So take your dark green and we're going to double loop diagonally on both sides. So go from the bottom of the neck and then down diagonally on either side. So now place straight down 4 times with your shirt color double looped. So we'll start on the 5th pin and go down 4 times. So grab a green band, double loop like this, grab another one, double loop, and double loop. Alright, so we'll do this on the other side. For some reason on the left hand side I twist with my fingers, and then on the right hand side I twist on the loom. I don't know. Okay. And one more here. I hope you guys can see okay. Alright, so it's going to look like that. And then we're going to take our center color. So this was technically actually I think the coat color, so if I misspoke, this is probably the coat color. Anyways, it's the dark green. There'll be more of it. Our shirt color, our center shirt color, we're going to take and we're going to place in the middle. So mine is yellow, so double loop the yellow band, place from the bottom of the neck, just coming straight down. And we'll go 3 times with our center, our waistcoat color. I guess it's technically the color of his vest or whatever. So these twisted really badly for me. Fun. Okay. Alright, so you have your 3 waistcoat vest color in the center. Now we are switching to the color of his pants or his trousers, whatever they are. And we're going to start where we went from the bottom of our waistcoat, vest, whatever, I'm sorry, color that was. Alright, and we're going to place a double looped one underneath that, going straight down. And then we're going to take double looped pant color and close off the body. So diagonally down from here to here, from the center to the sides. Alright, so now on the sides we're going to take brown and finish his pants. So I'm going to take brown, double looped, and we'll go down twice on both sides. So there's the right hand side, and the left hand side double looped, and double looped. Alright, so his bottom of the body looks like that. Alright, we will make his limbs now. So we'll start with the feet, and taking your skin tone, wrap a single skin tone band around your hook so that it is 4 loops. Grab 3 skin tone bands. These are not double looped, it's just 3 individual bands in your hook. And then grab the cap band, slide it onto those 3, reclaim the end. And now we're going to do a double looped, so put a skin tone band, wrap it around your hook so that there's 2 loops, grab the 2 loops around your finger, pull it through, reclaim the end. Then one more double looped skin tone, pull through, reclaim the end. Alright, so this is our hobbit, big old hobbit foot. So take the 4 loops on your hook and place them onto where we placed the brown for the pants. Alright, we'll make his other hobbit foot, so wrap it around so that there's 4 loops. Take 3 skin tone bands, pull the skin tone onto those 3, reclaim the end, and we'll do 2 double looped skin tone. Pull through. I went really fast through doing the chain on your hook, so hopefully you know how to do it at this point. And we'll place it onto the other side. It should be the 3rd peg up from the bottom of your loom. Okay, so now for his arms. I'm going to take another skin tone, wrap it around your hook 4 times, and then take his outer shirt or jacket color, double loop, pull it on, reclaim the end. Take another jacket, pull it through. We're going to do a total of 4 colored stitches. So there's 2, pull through, and reclaim. Okay, so there's our cap band and then 4 double looped outer jacket shirt colors. Alright, so take these 4 loops and place them onto the shoulder pin, so it's the 5th pin from the top of your loom, like so. We'll make his other arm, skin tone wrapped around your hook 4 times, double loop a jacket color, pull the cap band on, reclaim the end, there's 4 loops on your hook. Grab a 2nd jacket, pull through, reclaim, our 3rd jacket color, pull through, and reclaim. And the 4th one, pull through, and reclaim. Alright, so place this on the 5th pin on the opposite side. Make sure you get all 4 loops on there. And there is our body layout for the most part. We just have to add our crossover bands. So take an outer jacket shirt color, stretch it out, twist it around, and we're going to place 3 of these on the body. So just below where we place the arms, stretch it out so that we have a triangle. Take another one so that it is a triangle, and our last crossover band in the shape of a triangle just below that. Alright, so the one for the eyes is going to be a little bit weirder. So I'm taking actually the hair color for this. Normally I would use skin color for the crossover band in the face, but I'm not going to today. So for the eyes, I use little tiny seed beads. They're just little glass beads. I haven't figured out a good way to use bands for the eyes. I haven't tried it with the smaller design. I'm sure you could maybe use just a band wrapped 4 times, but it might end up being too big inside his head. So honestly, I might, if I don't have the beads, I would just go without eyes in him, to be honest, and just place this on like a normal crossover band. But if you have the seed beads to use for eyes, I would use them. So I also have a piece of clean dental floss. Sorry, I've kind of lost my voice this week. And I'm taking the hair colored band and I'm just threading it onto a piece of dental floss, and then I'm folding the floss in half so I have both ends in my fingers and the band is hanging out down here. And then I'm going to pick out my 2 beads that are about the same size because they kind of can be uneven. And, oh, there it goes. They're putting the bead over both ends of the dental floss that I have in my fingers. So I'm using 2 beads. And there we go. So now just push the beads down all the way onto the band, like so. Okie dokie. We're done with that. So now around the second pin from the top, we'll place the ends of the band with the band with the beads on it. Holy, it's been a while since I've done this. Alright, so now spread the 2 beads apart on the band. And now grab one of the bands that's between them. I'm using my hook, and so then just pull this out quite a distance without breaking it. Twist it. So I have one end on my finger and I'm twisting it back around, whoops, all 3 of the second pins in the column. I tried once just putting the eyes on a single band and then having the crossover band behind it, but then the band stuck out weird and it was really not good. So this is kind of unfortunately how it has to go because it's going to be tight and it's weird and difficult to do. Alright, so the looming process is pretty straightforward actually, except for where we have the layer. So go in through the foot, treat that as a cap band. Loom forward 1, 2, and then the pants diagonally here. Okay, so go in through your other foot. So actually I'm going to go straight down this first. So I'm looming straight down the right hand column till we get to where our arms are. So carefully reach under where the arm is, grab those bottom 2 loops and loom them diagonally to the center. Alright, we'll do this on the other side. We'll loom the legs once, twice, and then diagonally we'll go in through the left hand, looming all of these green ones forward, or brown, whatever hobbit you're making. Then to where we have the arm. I like to pull the arm back so I can get at these 2 bands easier. And loom these diagonally forward. I just want to make sure I'm looming the yellow one last, so that's why I didn't, so the order does actually kind of matter, so make sure you loom this yellow one last. So as long as you've followed me, you'll be fine. Alright, so now go in through where you've loomed all these brown ones forward. Carefully grab the bottom 2, loom straight forward toward the neck. Alright, so here's the scary part, where we have to loom the neck. So if this band breaks, it's kind of annoying. Okay, mine did not. So carefully grab those 2 skin tones, pull it forward, and loom forward normally. Okay, so now you kind of have to push this cap band back to make sure you're getting the right bands in here. So you have to loom these 2 bands that are diagonal, but because the cap band is there, it's kind of pushing the neck bands into an awkward spot. So make sure you get behind everything that you're supposed to and grab the right 2 loops and then loom them diagonally, and then loom these diagonally, and then so you're only touching the skin tone bands here, and then these ones diagonally. There is going to be a layer of the hair color underneath it. Don't touch that, leave that alone. It has to stay underneath there. Okay, so we'll finish looming up the middle. Grab these 2 skin tone, loom them forward, and then here we're going to dig down, grab those 2 hair colored bands, loom them to the top. So now we're coming back to the 3rd pin. Go in through here and grab that double looped hair color band that we placed on top, not the ones we placed underneath. Now we're going to dig down underneath everything, grab those bottom two hair color, loom them forward, and then loom this last set diagonally back toward the middle. Alright, we're going to do the same thing on the other side, loom those or hair color forward, loom this hair color forward, and then diagonally. Woohoo! I actually made it through without breaking anything. I broke one band when I made my Frodo. Okay, so now I'm going to tie him off, just like a normal figure. Okay, so now careful when you pull him off, because he's pretty tight. You really don't want to break anything. Alrighty. Here we go. I said alright like I was done, but I'm not done at all. Okay, so there's your Hobbit. His face might be a little weird at first, so give it kind of a stretch out, tighten up the tying band if you need, pull the legs down a little bit so that they straighten out. I also like to put my hook through the top of his shoulder and pull up so that his arm lays down a little bit more. Like that. If you need to pull on the back stitch, this bottom double looped one at the back of the foot, and his foot will come forward like that, so that it's like a foot, I guess. We're going to shape the feet. There we go. Okay. And then hiding this tying band, I'm just going to stab like through the back of his head and pull it down, unless you want to leave it out if you were attaching him to something, whatever. And he has pretty curly hair back there, so it really doesn't matter if it sticks out a little bit. Okay, so there is Pippin's face, and almost done. I will go through and show you how to make the Hobbit's capes. So Pippin has a cape and a scarf actually, and Merry and Frodo just have the capes. So it's a pretty simple thing if you know how on your own. It's 5 rows across, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches down. If you know how to do that on your own, go ahead and do it. I'll show you how. So I find it easier to do with the loom in the square configuration. You can still do it in the offset, it's up to you. So Merry's cape is tan, so I'm going to start with the bands at the top. So take one band and place it from one side to the other, and then from the center to the left. Alright, so it is only 6 down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So take a single band and just go down the loom 6 times in all 3 columns. So, like this, and then you'll just repeat this on the opposite 2 sides as well. And I'm going to fast forward this. Alright, that's done. So I've placed all these down and pushed them down just a little bit. Take a single band now, and we're going to place it on each of these 5 pins on the outside. So the 2nd pin, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Just drop 5 single bands on the side, and these are going to help us connect to the other side. So now place on the bottom 2 bands in the same order that we did at the top. So place one from the right to the center, and then the left to the center. We'll put crossover bands all around these columns too, so just a single band straight across each of these 3 as well. Alrighty, so then we're going to cap off this, what is it, on the 7th pin, down on the left hand side. Just wrap it so that it's wrapped 3 times. And then go in through the cap band, loom the top band, and it's going to go straight horizontally to the right. Dig down, and then just to the right again. Alright, so now we can loom up each of the columns. So go back in through the cap band and loom forward 6 times. And we'll repeat this for the other 2 columns. So go in through here, loom forward the center column, and then the right hand column. So treat these loose cap bands as, or loose bands as crossover bands. So don't let them get lifted up forward like this. Keep them flat down on the pins and just push them back and grab the single bands. Loom forward and forward. And I missed this one. Okay, so go into the top left hand pin, grab this band and loom it horizontally to the right, horizontally to the right. Okay, so now we're going to tie it off, but it's going to be a little bit different than normal. So take another tan beige cape color and go through all the pins on the right hand side. So this pin is actually our open end. So put your hook through everything at the top right hand pin, grab this tan band and reclaim both ends, but don't slip knot this. Grab some other random colored band. We're just going to use this for a holding band. And slip knot it. So we're going to remove it later, but we just need it to hold these 2 tan bands for now. So we're going to do the same thing at the bottom right pin, or the 7th, whatever it is. So pull a tan band through everything, those 2 loops, and then grab another random band and slip knot it. Okay, so now you can remove this piece. Okay, so this is what it is going to look like off of the loom. So these loose bands should be sticking out to one side with these 2 tied off bands. So now we're going to place some more bands down on our loom. So here, from the top left to center, we're going to do our horizontal band, and then we'll go down 6 times like we did before. And we're just going to do the center and the left side, not the right hand side this time. Okay, so once we've done those 6 bands, we're going to take a single band and horizontally at the bottom of our piece. Okay, so now grab the piece that we loomed before and put your hook through the loops that are being held at the bottom. So as long as you didn't flip it upside down, you're okay. So grab these loops. So there'll be 2 tan bands. Remove the tying band like I did, and then you'll have these 2 loops on your hook. Place those 2 loops around the bottom left hand pin. And then we're going to take each of these loose crossover bands and we're going to wrap them around the 2 pins going up. So this first one we're going to wrap around these 2, grab a hold of this one, wrap it around these 2, and we'll continue that going upward. Alright, so it's going to look like that now. So in through the bottom left hand side and just go under those top 2 and grab that first horizontal band, loom it sideways. Go back in through there and then just loom forward this column more or less normally. So just push back the crossover bands. They're going to be in weird places, but just push them forward. Okay, and then I'm going to actually leave this top one unloomed for just a minute. Alright, so then go back into bottom right, loom forward, all 6 times normally. And then we'll do this one all the way up to the top. Okay, so now we have this open end here, so be careful that you don't let go of this because this is holding together the rest of the structure. I'm going to pull off just the bottom half so that it's not quite so tight. If things are stretched out, just pull off the bottom half a little bit. Okay, so to attach this one, we actually have to get this in between these two, if this makes sense. So I am going to loom this last one. I think this is going to be easier. Okay, so what we'll do is you have the 2 loops being held by this tying band, and you have the 2 loops on the loom that make up this last stitch. So we're going to push this horizontal one down and just kind of ignore that one for a few minutes. Okay, so take off the tying band, grab the top loop that was being held by it, so just one of the loops that was being held by the tying band. Then you're going to grab the top 2 loops that are on that top left hand peg, and then grab the other band that was being held onto the tying band. So now take all 4 of these without dropping any, or else you're going to have to start over. Place these on the top left hand peg. Now we can loom this horizontal one, so just go in and bring it to the right. Now bring another tan band up through all 4 loops that are on that center pin, and we'll just grab one of those odd bands and tie those off for the time being. Okay, now you can pull this off the rest of the way. There is the cape completed. Okay, so now I'll show you how to attach it. To be honest, I'm not quite sure if I remember how I did it. This will be fun. So this is Mary, and it's being grabbed by, there's a tying band. Okay, and it's just being pulled through. Okay. So if this tying band is the same color as your outer shirt, then you're actually in pretty good shape. So just loosen it a little bit, be careful. And then grab 2 bands from the opposite corner at the top. So maybe not this crossover band, but this one here that's still vertical. I'm just going to put my hook through it so that I have 2 loops from it on my hook. I'll grab the other end of this tying band, tie it into a slip knot. Alright, so that is the loop that will kind of just pop over his head, like so. And then I'm going to go, yeah, so it looks like that. So now I'm going to go from his back, lift the cape up, and there's these 3 yellow stitches. I'm going to stab my hook through the center yellow one, and then it should come out the center of the front of his body too. And I'm going to grab that green loop. And just pull it through. Oops, I think I grabbed the wrong one. I got caught on something else. Maybe? Nope. Alright. Stab through. I'm in the center on the front as well. Grab that green band without getting caught on anything else. Which I did again. Pull it through to his back and just kind of tug on it till the knot sinks into his chest a little bit. And it should look like it is pinned on, like it should be. Alright, so that's how you attach the cape. You'll do the same thing for all 4 hobbits if you make them. The only other thing we can add on is Pippin's scarf. I don't know if you can see it super well. Alright, I know this is Mary, but I'm just going to show you how it's attached. So, hold the cape so that let the cape just kind of go up a little bit, that's fine. And then I'm going to take a brown band and just one end, hold on, sorry. I'm going to hold one hand and I'm going to put it on my hook. I'm going to hold my hook kind of in front of his body, and then I'm going to pull the other end of the same brown band around the other side of his body. So it's kind of wrapped completely around, like that. And then I'm going to take another brown band, pull it through the 2 loops on my hook, and then you can just grab the other end and tie it into a slip knot if you would like. That makes just 1 loop of a scarf, like that. I prefer to tie it in sort of a square knot. This is something I have difficulty getting other people to understand, so anyways, so you should be holding on to this. I let go of it. So hold on to the 2 ends of that brown band, and I'm going to place the hook in the center. So the hook is laying on top of his chest. I have the brown band behind it and the 2 ends held in my hand. I'm going to grab my left hand and I'm going to wrap the brown band around the hook. My right hand, I'm going to set the loop onto the hook. So I'm putting the loop on the hook. I'm going to pull that one that I just set on through the 2 that are already on it and pull tight, and it should just make like a little knot for Pippin's scarf, if you're making a Pippin. So, but this is a Merry, so oh well. Alright, so there is how you make Merry. Adjust the colors, and then you can make, of course, Frodo and Pippin. Where is he? Here he is. Alright. I'll show you how to make Sam in the next couple of weeks, I hope. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you make one, be sure to tag me on your Instagram so that I can see it, because I love seeing your guys' creations, especially if you've followed my designs. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.